Have you ever felt like you're pushing a boulder uphill in your life? You're visualizing, you're affirming, you're working harder than ever before, but the reality you desire remains just out of reach. You add more effort, more force, more wanting, believing that the sheer intensity of your desire must eventually break through. But what if I told you that this very struggle, this white-knuckled effort, is the exact thing holding you back? What if the universe doesn't respond to the volume of your wanting, but to the clarity of your being? The secret to creating the life you desire isn't found in adding more, but in taking away. It's not about achieving a state of intense wanting, but a state of profound simplicity. This is the simplicity principle, and it's a fundamental law of creation that operates at the quantum level of your reality. It states that the less internal resistance you have, the more rapidly and effortlessly your desired reality collapses from the field of infinite potential into your physical experience. Most of us have been taught the opposite. We believe we have to earn our desires through struggle, prove our worthiness through relentless action, and control every variable to ensure success. This creates a state of immense energetic complexity. Your signal to the universe becomes a chaotic mix of desire fused with its direct opposites: doubt, fear, anxiety about the timeline, and the desperate need to micromanage the outcome. This internal static is resistance. Today, we are going to dismantle this paradigm. We are going to explore how the elegant laws of quantum physics, the deep wisdom of neuroscience, and the timeless truths of ancient spirituality all point to one stunning conclusion. Your power lies not in the force of your effort, but in the simplicity of your alignment. Get ready to shift from trying to create your reality to allowing it to emerge. The core of this entire conversation hinges on a radical reframing of how reality itself works. To understand the simplicity principle, you must first move beyond the classical Newtonian idea that you are a separate physical being pushing against a solid external world. Quantum physics reveals a far more interconnected and fluid universe. As physicist David Bohm proposed, what we perceive as our physical reality, the explicate order, is merely a projection from a deeper, invisible, and indivisible whole he called the implicate order. Think of this implicate field as a holographic field of pure potential. Everything you could ever possibly desire, experience, or become already exists within this field as a vibrational possibility, a wave of information. You are not creating your future from scratch. You are selecting it. You are tuning into a reality that already exists in potential. How do you tune in? Not with force, but with frequency. Your entire being, your thoughts, emotions, and core beliefs, broadcasts a specific electromagnetic signature, a vibrational signal, into this quantum field. The simplicity principle is about making that signal as pure and coherent as possible. Resistance is what distorts this signal. Imagine you want to manifest financial abundance. Your desire for abundance is a clear frequency, but then you layer it with the fear of not having enough, the doubt that it's possible for you, and the anxiety of checking your bank account every 5 minutes. Each of these opposing thoughts and feelings creates energetic interference. You're sending a signal for abundance that is simultaneously being canceled out by a signal of lack. The universe, which only mirrors your dominant vibration, gets a garbled, static-filled message. It cannot give you a clear reflection. The simplicity principle is the act of removing that static. It's about reducing your internal state to one clean, simple, powerful frequency. The frequency of your wish already fulfilled. So why is this state of simplicity so difficult to maintain? The answer lies deep within the subconscious mind, the powerful operating system that, according to neuroscience, governs up to 95% of your thoughts, behaviors, and emotional reactions. For most of us, this system was programmed in childhood with a foundational and often invisible belief: I must struggle to be worthy. This belief creates what I call the effort loop. It's a deeply ingrained cycle where you subconsciously feel you haven't earned the right to receive something easily. Therefore, when a desire arises, your automatic response is not to align with it, but to figure out how to work for it, strive for it, and prove you deserve it. This effort is not a sign of your commitment. It is a symptom of your underlying feeling of unworthiness. Your subconscious mind does not care about what you want. It cares about what it believes is true and safe based on past experiences. If you've learned that love comes after pleasing others, or success comes after burnout, your mind will generate resistance to any reality that offers love and success with ease. It will create problems to solve, drama to overcome, and endless tasks to complete, all to validate its core belief that life must be a struggle. You are literally fighting your own desire on a subconscious level. This isn't just a psychological concept, it's an energetic one. The effort loop generates an incoherent electromagnetic field. The conflict between your conscious desire for ease and your subconscious program for struggle creates a chaotic wave pattern. The quantum field, which responds to clarity and coherence, can't interpret this scrambled signal. The simplicity principle requires you to exit this loop by addressing the root belief. It's about shifting your identity from someone who has to earn love, success, and well-being to someone who is inherently worthy of it, simply by existing. The practical application of this principle is where profound change occurs. The key is to shift your focus from the external world to your internal state of being. This is the art of what the spiritual teacher Neville Goddard called assuming the wish fulfilled. It is the embodiment of simplicity. This isn't about pretending or forcing a happy feeling. It is a subtle, clean, internal shift into the feeling state of the person who already has what you desire. How would that version of you walk, think, and feel throughout the day? It wouldn't be a state of frantic, desperate wanting. It would be a state of calm knowing, of quiet certainty, of gratitude. This state is simple. It is free of the resistance of doubt and fear. Your only work is to cultivate and return to this state. This brings us to a crucial distinction: the difference between quantum observation and surveillance. The famous double-slit experiment in quantum physics showed that particles behave differently when they are being observed. In essence, our attention collapses waves of possibility into a specific particle of experience. True quantum observation is an internal focus. It is observing your inner world and holding your attention on the feeling of your wish fulfilled. You are collapsing the wave of your desire into being through the power of your focused internal state. Surveillance, on the other hand, is the opposite. It's an external focus. It's constantly looking outside of yourself for proof, checking your email, your phone, or your bank account, asking, "Is it here yet? Is it working?" This act of surveillance broadcasts a powerful signal of distrust and disbelief into the field. It is the energetic equivalent of planting a seed and then digging it up every 10 minutes to see if it's growing. You are disrupting the process with the frequency of doubt. Your call to action is to become a master observer of your internal world and to relentlessly starve your addiction to external surveillance. When you feel the urge to check for proof, stop. Close your eyes. Return to the simple, clean feeling of it already being done. That is where your true power lies. Let's deepen our understanding by looking at the science of coherence. Research from institutions like the HeartMath Institute has demonstrated that when you experience emotions like love, gratitude, or appreciation, your heart produces a highly ordered, coherent electromagnetic field. This field is measurable, and it is hundreds of times more powerful electrically and thousands of times more powerful magnetically than the field produced by the brain. When your heart and brain are in coherence, your personal energy field becomes a powerful, organized, and focused transmitter. This is the biological signature of simplicity. It is an internal state free of conflict, a harmonious wave pattern that sends a clear, powerful intention into the quantum field. Now, consider the state of the effort loop, the state of struggle, frustration, anxiety, and doubt. This creates an incoherent, chaotic energy field. Your heart rate becomes erratic, your brain waves become disorganized, and the signal you broadcast is pure static. It's like trying to tune a radio to a clear station while surrounded by a lightning storm. The universe is always broadcasting all possibilities, but you can only receive the station that matches your receiver's clarity. The power of your intention is not amplified by how hard you try, but by the degree of coherence in your own energy field. This principle extends even to the cellular level. The field of epigenetics, pioneered by biologists like Dr. Bruce Lipton, shows that your perception of the environment, your beliefs and emotions, directly influences your genetic expression. A coherent, simple state of gratitude and love doesn't just feel good. It literally sends signals of health and vitality to your cells. You are not just creating your external reality. You are creating your physical body from the inside out, based on the simplicity and coherence of your inner state. So, how do you integrate this into your daily life? The process begins with mindful awareness. Your primary task is to become conscious of when you have entered the effort loop. The feeling is unmistakable. It's a sense of pressure, tightness, force, and anxiety. It feels like you have to make something happen. The moment you notice this feeling, you must practice a simple 3-step process. Pause, acknowledge, pivot. First, pause. Literally stop what you're doing. Take a deep breath. You cannot shift a pattern while you are lost in it. The pause creates a space for a new choice. Second, acknowledge. Without judgment, simply say to yourself, I'm in the effort loop. I am trying to force an outcome because I subconsciously doubt my worthiness to receive it easily. This honest acknowledgement disarms the pattern of its power. You bring the unconscious driver into the light of your awareness. Third, pivot. Gently and deliberately shift your focus. Ask yourself one simple question. What would it feel like if this were already resolved? What would it feel like if I already had the money, the relationship, the health I desire? Don't search for a big, ecstatic feeling. Look for the quiet, simple feeling of relief, of peace, of knowing. That is your target frequency. Your commitment is not to be perfect at this, but to become faster at noticing the loop and quicker at making the pivot. Every time you do this, you are rewiring your neural pathways. You are weakening the subconscious habit of struggle and strengthening the new habit of simple, vibrational alignment. I invite you right now to think of one area in your life where you feel this struggle. For the next 7 days, make it your sole practice to pause, acknowledge, and pivot every single time you feel that resistance rise. This simple practice will begin to fundamentally change the signal you broadcast. As you commit to this practice, you will inevitably encounter doubt. Your physical senses will show you a reality that contradicts the one you are assuming internally. This is the most critical juncture. This is where most people give up, concluding it's not working. But this is the final test of your alignment. Doubt is just another layer of resistance, another form of energetic complexity that you must learn to simplify. When your current reality triggers doubt, you must remember that what you are seeing is only the echo of your past vibration. It is the physical manifestation of your old dominant signal. It is old news. Your work is not to react to the echo, but to continue broadcasting the new, clear signal of your choice. You must release your attachment to specific timelines and the need to control the how. The universe is a master of logistics. It can see pathways and possibilities that your limited mind cannot. Your obsession with the how generates immense resistance because it's rooted in the belief that you are the one who has to figure it all out. Your job is not to manage the universe. Your job is to manage your vibration. In quantum mechanics, the principle of resonance states that a vibrating system will drive another system to oscillate with greater amplitude at a specific resonant frequency. When you hold a simple, coherent frequency of your desire fulfilled, you are becoming a resonant magnet. You are not chasing the outcome. You are drawing the corresponding reality to you through the law of resonance. You must trust this law more than you trust your senses. When doubt arises, see it for what it is, a final dissolving layer of resistance. Acknowledge it without fear, and gently return your focus to the simple, clean feeling of your wish fulfilled. This is how you stabilize your new state of being and allow the physical world to catch up. Let's bring this all together. The journey of creation is not an outward battle, but an inward simplification. The simplicity principle teaches us that reality is not earned through the complexity of struggle, but allowed through the simplicity of vibrational alignment. You have been taught to be a master of doing, but your true power lies in becoming a master of being. The quantum field is not a cosmic vending machine where you insert effort and get a prize. It is a mirror that flawlessly reflects the clarity and coherence of your internal state. Your work is to clear the mirror of the smudges of doubt, fear, and the lie of unworthiness. It is to collapse your energetic signature down to the pure, simple note of the reality you choose. This is accomplished not by adding more techniques, but by removing the internal resistance that blocks your natural state of well-being. You are not trying to become someone who can manifest. You already are a magnificent creator. You are simply remembering how to get out of your own way. You are shifting your identity from the doer, the striver, the one who is constantly trying, to the being, the receiver, the one who already is. This is the ultimate simplification. So my final call to action for you is this. For the next 24 hours, what if you release the need to try? What if you let go of the obligation to figure it all out? What if your only job was to return, moment by moment, to the simple, quiet, peaceful feeling of your desire already being a present tense fact in your life? Do not underestimate the power of this simple shift. This is not passivity. It is the most potent and focused action you can take. It is the act of aligning yourself with the fundamental laws of the universe. Choose simplicity. Choose coherence. And watch as the reality that once felt like a distant dream effortlessly emerges to meet you.